Hi, I'm Lisa Mackie, and Pastor John asked us to share our favorite verse, and mine is Psalm 143:10. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your gracious spirit lead me on level ground. God gave me this verse as a young believer, not young in age, but young in my faith journey. Early on in my Jesus walk, he began to radically transform me in personal ways, in ways that I knew that he was real, and I knew he was the one true God. I had lived pretty wild, and I was very comfortable living that worldly life and in my flesh. And suddenly living that way no longer felt comfortable. I worked in corporate America, and I had the pottiest of all mouths. Is that a word, pottiest? I don't know. Until Jesus just removed that from me and it stopped. And I suddenly became very aware of my actions that were not godly and my reactions that certainly were not fruits of the Spirit. And I very much wanted him to change me. And so one morning, I was reading my devotional, and this verse was just magnified for me. And as I said, I existed in corporate America in an environment absent of God. And I saw this verse as the answer to the battle of my flesh, honestly. So here I was. Once I was potty mouth Lisa, and then I changed over, and I had my Bible on my desk in corporate America to this chapter, highlighted this verse. And whenever I faced challenges, I would just read this verse and meditate on it for a minute at my desk. And I just knew that he was going to help me. And I would not react like old Lisa, and I would read this verse, teach me to do your will. I saw what he had done already in my life in a short period of time, so I wanted to do his will and not my own. And I knew that he was my God. He had just done things that there's no way that those things would have changed without him. He would have me do things that I never would have done and not do things that I easily would have done. Early on, I felt his presence and just the Holy Spirit and his I just filled with grace. I knew if I sought him that he would lead me on level ground, that if I truly wanted his will, that is in fact what would happen if I prayed. For years, I kept this verse close, and I even at one point painted it on a canvas, but I had Post-it notes all over with, on my mirror in the bathroom, on my desk at work, and on my dashboard. And so whenever I face challenges, this one was a good one for me to just teach me, God, teach me to do your will, so that I can walk on level ground. So I encourage you, find the verse that you can cling to that will help you walk on level ground.